Okay, we're a little cramped today because I wanted to try and film in front of my bookshelf still. But now that I've moved my bookshelves into this little corner, it's kind of hard to sit here. So we're a little up close and personal today, but that's okay. That's okay. Hello, I'm Sophie Von Odd. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to 2023. I'm going to be saying that in quite a few videos. But you know what? We're in 2023. Welcome. Today, we are going to be talking about my 2023 goals. I have quite a few. I got it on this cute little paper that says the goals, and then I flip it around and it has the list. But I have quite a lot. It looks like a lot. Technically isn't. Let's just get into it. So this year I am calling the year of growing up. Kind of corny. It's fine. I'm calling it this because I am turning 18 this year. I'm actually turning 18 in a few days. So, while not a lot changes literally, it's still, like a big step up in society or whatever. So I'm gonna be using this as my growing up year. That's the theme for all of these. Yeah? Yeah. So, first and foremost, I've got my reading goals. I say reading goals, it's like 1.5 goals. I mean, like, kind of, because one's a little lenient. You know how it is. 2 goals. 2 reading goals. Let's just say that. The first one I have is a little looser, but something I really want to stick to because I need to. And that is to read only new books this year. And I don't mean like I have to go buy a book and start reading it. I mean like I can't do any rereads this year. I'm a sucker for reading books like 5 times. So this year we're gonna try and combat that habit and just read new stuff. Discover new books, you don't gotta stick to the same thing every year. We're gonna have some change. And then the second goal I have for reading this year is to read at least 25 books. I think this year I read a little over 20, like 22. Can't remember for sure, that is so bad. But just bumping it up a little bit. And last year I also spent the first 5 months of the year reading 1 book, the second book in the Mistborn trilogy. So I'm hoping this year that will not happen, so I can squeeze those, 3 books into the 5 months that I lost last year. Anyways, those are my 2 reading goals for this year. Now, let's get into writing. I don't have a ton of writing stuff. There's four little writing goals, but they're all under the same big goal. It's just with different projects. I know last year I sort of mapped out everything I wanted to do in like a yearly plan. Did not work at all, so we're gonna keep things a little loose this year and just see what happens, so it's not too specific on here. Anyways, for writing this year, my whole thing is working towards the next draft. You would think that's what everyone's working towards, right? But that's that's just what my end goal is for all of my projects this year, to get the step up to being able to write the next draft. No specifics on like going past that. I just want to be able to like revise a project and world build and replot and maybe start writing it again, but I'm not planning that out. I just want to get everything set up for the next draft. Of course, I'm going to start writing some of those. I'm not going to start writing 4 projects at once, but my goal that I put down on paper is to just get it ready to be the next draft. And this year, I'm going to be focusing on my 4 main projects. If you are unaware, that is Project What, which you're probably familiar with, Project Glass, which I have recently started working on again, Project Star, my sci-fi that goes along with Project What, and Project Quest, my poor fantasy series that has been severely neglected. More specifically, that is getting Project What out to betas and then getting that feedback returned and then revising and getting it ready for draft 4, which is insane. That is too many. Too many. And then Project Glass, I want to get ready for draft 2, technically draft 3 because I call my first drafts a 0 draft, but to get it ready for draft 2, I need to finish the draft I'm currently on, which is draft 1 by name and revise it and do all the reworking and whatnot. So getting that one ready for draft 2. Then Project Star is getting ready for draft 1, once again, because I call the first draft 0 draft. It's fine, but that would mean revising the 0 draft, which once I get to it, you will see in the vlog how many times I've tried to do this. Like, I have footage from like June and then September that just were different attempts at rereading the story that ultimately never worked. So it's been a chaotic run, but getting it ready for draft 1 would mean actually finishing rereading draft 0 and reworking it, just like Project Glass, except that I don't have to write anything for Project Star, so it's a little bit easier. And then finally, Project Quest. This poor story. Doesn't even have a draft number right now because I do not know what's happening with that. When I do start working on Project Quest this year, I will go, toilet noises. When I do get back into Project Quest this year, I will go more into what's going on with that story. But on my goal thing, it literally just says, get Project Quest ready to write. Because, But that is it for my writing goals. I'm gonna try and focus entirely on these projects, not really deviating from them. I don't even know if I'm gonna do a new novel for NaNoWriMo. I might just do like a pseudo camp in November, but focusing on these 4, getting them ready for the next draft. So these next goals are kind of just like general life goals. They don't really fit into like reading or writing or like any other category, because it's just one goal. Like, I have a school goal, I have a work goal. It's just, just random ones that I just lump together with life. My first one is to graduate with my associate's degree. This one, I was gonna say this one should be easy. No, it's not. By that, I mean, this one is easy enough to put down on paper because I already have planned out my classes for this year. Like, I've already plotted them out. I don't have them like enrolled or anything, but I have them mapped out to where I'll be able to take them all by the end of the fall semester of this year. So not easy, like, oh, I'm gonna crush these classes. It's gonna be a disaster probably, but I already have the classes planned out, so easy enough to put graduate on here because if I stick to it, it's gonna happen. So, you know how it is. Look out for a lot of study vlogs or study with me's and all that jazz, because this year's gonna be crazy for school. But it means I get my associate's degree by the end of it. So, no complaining. And then my second goal in this category is to figure out how to combat procrastination. Very vague goal, I understand, but things in 2022 would have been so much easier if I just figured out how to stop procrastinating and get my stuff done so I could do the rest of the stuff I need to do. If I could figure out a system for me to not waste my time, my life would be changed. I might have some videos out on like trying different methods of how to like boost productivity, but that is my quest for 2023, is to figure out how to stop wasting so much time. Okay, and finally, my last section of my goals is for social media. Mostly YouTube, but this one kind of pertains to this video because guess where you're watching this? Guess where we are right now. Anyways, this one kind of has the most goals in it. I have a lot of goals for social media. It is what it is. Anyways, my first on this list is hit 3,000 subs. Right now, I think I'm at a little over 2,000, like 2.03? I think so. We have basically 1,000 subscribers to go, but I'm hoping if I can stay up with a consistent posting schedule that can happen, which leads into my next goal on this list, which is to post semi-consistently, and by that I mean at least once a week. I I would like to be on a 2 times a week schedule, but sometimes life is going to get in the way and that is not going to happen. So no promises on 2 times a week, but I'm going to try and post at least once a week every Wednesday and stick through it. I also want to be able to post at least once a week on both of my Instagrams. Shameless plug. Link in the description if you want to go follow. Because I feel like I neglect my Instagrams sometimes. I feel a little bad. I like go to my account and I'm like, oh, the last time I posted was like 3 weeks ago. That's so sad. That that is not good. So I'm gonna try and keep up with a nice consistent posting schedule, but I'm not too strict on this one. If I fall to the wayside a little bit, that is fine, but you know, just try not to forget that I have an Instagram account every once in a while. That's the real goal. That's the real goal. And then my next goal for all this social media jazz is to live stream at least once a week. Right now, that is every Saturday morning-ish. I start at 11:30 in the morning my time, so it's not really the morning, but I'm gonna try and live stream again consistently. I love live streaming. It is so much fun. So I'm gonna try and get back into that more consistently because it's just fun. It's just fun. And I just miss hanging out with like the gang, you know? But yes, as I said, right now it's Saturdays mornings-ish. Depending on what happens, those will have to shift, but I'm gonna try for at least some day in the week. Yeah. And then finally, this last goal, kind of left field, but it's something that I want to keep up with, just to just motivate myself to keep posting for you guys. This is for me. Do not think you have to influence this or anything, but I want to try and get more consistent YouTube AdSense paychecks. If you don't know how it works, YouTube only sends out paychecks once the amount on the paycheck is over $100, and then it'll send it out. So like if you make $30 in one month and then $20 in another, that'll be added to your paycheck, but it'll only be $50 and you won't get it until you get $100 on there, and then it'll send you all the money. And right now I'm in that sort of adding up over time stage until I hit that $100 and I can get my paycheck sent to me. For this year, I want to be able to hopefully get a paycheck each quarter of this year. That would be about $400, which is crazy to think about, that I can make $400 off of this. But that is like the out there goal. Who knows if that's actually gonna happen, if I can stay consistent and post. Maybe that can. But yeah, that's the goal indirectly for me, is like if I can get these paychecks, that means I have to upload consistently. So technically all of this goes back into upload consistently, but you gotta apply numbers to it. Come on, where's the fun if you don't apply numbers? Anyways, that is my out there goal. That's like my please strive to hit this. But if not, I just want to at least be able to get a paycheck every half of the year. So one in the summer, one at the end of the year, at least. That would still be crazy, and I would still love that. I think that's what I did this year, so we would be consistent. Yes, that is what I want to do. And that is all of it. That is all the goals on this little piece of paper. Yeah, that is it. Kind of a lot. We'll see how it goes. I tried to be a little more lenient. I guess what I mean when I say a little more lenient is to be more vague and then just give myself more bullet points in that vagueness, but that is fine. We will see how this year goes. I will also be keeping track in my sort of like daily mini diary thing. If you watched my last video, you would know what I'm talking about, but I guess that's also kind of a goal. We're getting off topic here, but we will see. We will see. Year-long experiment starting now. Anyways, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. What are your guys' goals? Life goals, reading goals, writing goals, anything. What are you guys planning for this year? I would love to know. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.